Are you on bath salts? It's like you have social herpes and you spit it back in my mouth.
If you're hearing our voices, that means it's time for It's This Meets That, the podcast where we watch the worst movies from trailer to end credits, scene by scene, so you don't have to, but maybe you should. I'm Russ.
I'm Jared.
I added a little more pep to that one because you complained about my last time I did it. So
yeah, well, I thought that I was the cause of your pep because you were so excited about social herpes.
Yes, and I went anti whatever you said. I didn't even listen to what you said, and I just skipped it.
Oh, so smart, so smart.
Oh boy! So here we are. What do we? Let's just get. What are we doing? What's happening?
Barely Lethal is the movie that we watched. Not psyched about it still. Unsurprisingly, I guess that's why we do this podcast, right? Yes. So a teenage special ops agent coveting a normal adolescence fakes her own death and enrolls in a suburban high school. She quickly learns that surviving the treacherous waters of high school is more challenging than international espionage.
Or being waterboarded.
Right, or being waterboarded. So, everyone knows high school is so much more difficult.
I mean, all the tests and shit. So here we are. It's part one for the breakdown. So do we want to talk about expectations from the trailer?
My expectations were met. It was real bad. It was real bad.
Yeah.
Not psyched.
Yeah. If you watch the trailer, that's fine. Spend 2 minutes watching that. It feels like your head was tossed inside of like a you get picked up from like a lawnmower and your head was just thrown through it and just chopped up.
I almost said wood chipper. We're on the same page.
Yeah. Some type of painfully sharp, fast moving chopping to the head is what the trailer felt like. And I think the movie delivers on that.
Yeah, you guess you're right. When you put it that way.
So join us as we go through this wood chipper together.
Woo!
Yeah, I think let's keep moving, right? I don't know.
Yeah. I put the chipper in wood chipper.
Let's do it. So quick info. So this is directed by Kyle Newman. So Kyle here, I won't call him our friend. I'll call him our enemy right now. Kyle Newman, a lot of music videos under his belt. He directed his first feature he directed was a movie called Fanboys. Do you remember that movie?
No.
It came out in 2000. So it's 2000. Well, it's kind of up our alley somewhat, but Fanboys came out I think 2009, and it's got like a bunch of all the people we know from like kind of like the comedy circuit from 2009 to like over the couple of years. It's about friends who are going to bring one of their friends who's like dying or something like that to break into Lucas Studios, their Skywalker Sound, whatever, Skywalker Studios, to see Phantom Menace before it get released, before their friend dies or something like that.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yeah, I
would watch that.
Yeah, no, I think I'd never seen it, but I heard it's a fun one. It's like rated pretty well, and it's actually like you look at the list. I think it's got like Jay Baruchel and like that group. I think like Seth Rogen might be in it, and like
James Franco probably.
What's his face who pops up in this movie too? But we'll get to it. So and then he did a bunch of music. Then he did a bunch of music videos. And fun fact, not a fast fact, he's married to Jamie King, who shows up in this movie for a scene or two.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jaime King.
Nope, it's pronounced differently. It's Jamie King.
Okay.
Screenwriters, there's only one on this one. Usually these train wrecks we see like 3 to 4 because it's a train wreck and no one knows what they're doing.
Right. I think they usually try a little hard.
Hey, you know what? Everyone's learning as they go, right? But there's only one on this. There's only one person to blame on this. So John Johnny Darko. He's done pretty much nothing. He wrote a short and then this, and then he's done a few TV episodes. So
okay,
let's go easy on him.
Nope. Nope. This falls on him.
Yes, this is square on your shoulders, my friend.
The writing is bad. Yeah.
And then who do we got for who's in this shit show? So this is where it all turns around.
Right. The cast is great.
Samuel Jackson.
Motherfucking
Samuel Jackson. Hailee Steinfeld, right? Who we know
not to be confused with Hailee Steinfeld.
Right.
Women.
Sophie Turner, Game of Thrones,
Right. Yeah.
Married to a Jonas brother. Jessica Alba, what's she been doing lately?
I don't know. She was in Idle Hands, though. You got to see that movie, dude.
right. And then
Her best work.
I'm only naming the next three people just because no one will know them, but I need to name them because they are actually major characters in the movie. So Dove Cameron,
sure. Who related to Kirk or Candace?
Great question. Don't know. I think a younger cousin. We'll go with younger cousin.
Okay, yeah.
Why not? Fuck it.
Yeah, Kirk Cameron, if you're out there, fuck you. If you want to be on the podcast.
The last two we have rounding out the cast here is Toby Sebastian, who plays Cash, and then Thomas Mann, who plays Roger. Those are the...
Which Thomas Mann, is he in stuff? Because I feel like I'm
not going down this path. No, he's nothing. He's nothing.
Okay.
Nothing you've seen. He's nothing. Oh. He's in nothing you've seen.
Oh, poor Roger. He's pretty good. He's top 2 characters in this movie. No, top 5 characters in this movie.
Wait, what? That's all the characters.
Well, exactly.
Yeah, I mean, he was. Oh, you know why? Because he was in Me and Earl and The Dying Girl, which you love. I think that's your favorite movie, isn't it?
Oh yeah, no, I'm more of a My Name Is Earl kind of guy.
Oh, he was in Project X,
which I've seen.
He's in Hansel and Gretel, The Witch Hunters. That's your favorite movie too.
I hate you so much.
Kong Skull Island. He's in that too. He plays Slivko.
Oh really?
Yep.
Okay. No, Project X is definitely what I know from.
All right, we're done here.
Weirdly.
So those are the actors in this movie.
Shut up.
All right, here we go. One of my favorite parts is the old budget and revenue.
Yeah, I got some numbers to help you out here.
All right, I love this. All right, so revenue. We're going to start with domestically, theatrically, box officely.
Right.
In the U.S. and Canada, made about $6,000.
Which that's like 1.6 Fanatics.
So embarrassing.
Mm-hmm.
Internationally, I like the numbers were kind of conflicting here, so but I went with the worldwide number. I mean, I was speaking to the math here, but worldwide, worldwide it made about 930,000,
which is roughly 256 Fanatics. Much better.
Much better. And I'm hoping you calculated this one too. Video sales, DVD and Blu-ray.
I actually did.
Oh man. Well, I'll speak slowly.
All right, wait. Yeah, give me a second.
So video sales, this is DVD and Blu-ray because this did come out on Blu-ray. And video sales total $195,000 approx.
56 Fanatics.
Wow.
Roughly.
Do you want to do guesses at the budget of this movie?
No,
production only.
Isn't it $15 million?
Estimated at $15 million.
That's too much. Where did it go?
Way too much.
Samuel L. Jackson?
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's not going to Jessica Alba. We all know that.
No.
Idle Hands, though, that's a good movie.
$15 million. That's $5 million more than the last 2 movies we did, I think.
Yeah. There weren't any effects. Like, what did they do?
Helicopter rental.
Oh, right. Good point. Guitar rental?
Yeah, I don't know.
So frustrating.
So that's it. That's quick info. Pretty quick, right? It was actually it lived up to its title, quick info. Should we just rename that just info? Because sometimes I don't think it's as quick as we think it is.
Well, I don't know. I actually really like this. We have kind of a theme in the podcast.
For everything's supposed to be quick, but it's not.
Yes. We do quick info. We do fast facts. Like everything that we do is quick themed and nothing. I like it.
All right. Here comes the best part that we all love, know and love. Hollywood pitch. You always go first, but do it. Yeah,
I guess I'll continue to go first. Okay, so
yes, you will.
I think this is a pretty straightforward one. It's Thor.
Is that Thor? Is that Thor 1?
Yeah. Yes. Shout out to Thais.
Yep. So Thor 1
meets Agent Cody Banks. Now, the second half of this I think is a little more obvious, but Thor, you inspired me when you said it's a fish out of water movie, just like Thor.
That's what it is.
It's a classic fish in New Mexico story. Just like Thor.
Which is funny because there are no fish in New Mexico.
No, of course not.
No, it's too dry. There's no lakes, there's no ponds.
Way too dry. So anyway, they're similar because in this movie, not sure if you remember like right after Sam Jackson seizes the casket of ancient winter, and they go to the wormhole to the gymnasium. No, okay. So, besides being a fish out of water, both movies have Samuel L. Jackson.
Yes.
1, 2.
In very similar roles, by the way.
Yes, Nick Fury is the same as Hardman. And the other big thing is the betrayal. There's so much betrayal.
I'm sorry. I just take a step back. I like glance at his name of his character.
Yeah, Hardman.
And I just got that.
Nice.
Now I really hate this movie.
Yeah, well, they make it. They're like, oh, Hardman. You're like, yeah, okay, no, Hardman. I get it.
Oh my god, I didn't even see that. I didn't even pick it up. All right, sorry. Go ahead, continue.
No, it's okay. I was just saying, betrayal is a key theme. You know, we've got Loki, we've got Laufey, right? There's a lot of betrayal happening in Thor. A lot of betrayal happening in this movie. You got Sophie Turner. Betraying.
Spoilers, yeah.
Jessica Alba betraying. Spoilers. We've got Liz. Liz never betrays anyone. God
she
bless
doesn't. Her. She's actually the truest character, I think. I hated her at first, but I turned.
Yeah, you're right. She's the hero of this movie.
Yeah, she really is.
I guess that's it. But a couple of betrayals. So anyway, that's Thor.
Hey, you only need one for it to be effective. One betrayal is all you need to.
Thank you. So meets Agent Cody Banks. Now, this is a little bit more of a no-brainer.
Yeah.
It's about a teenage spy, right? But so have you seen Agent Cody Banks?
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Another Duff vehicle.
Yeah.
We're big Hillary Duff fans at the pod.
Massive.
Fuck you if you want to be on the podcast. Yeah. You get the idea.
Love the Duffster.
Yeah. Speaking of Newman, big Jason Alexander fans, who was a producer on Agent Cody Banks. So
yep, absolutely.
Something to think about. But I like to think it's more of a wishful thinking. Like, I wish this movie was like Agent Cody Banks, where, Agent Cody Banks had a little bit of agency here. He applied for this position, whereas poor Hailee Steinfeld was just abducted, right?
Yeah.
You hate to see it. And then there's like a lot of pretending to be a high school kid, somebody trying to help you be a high school kid. In Cody Banks's case, he's got the CIA doing research for him. In Agent 83's case, she's doing her own poor research from the 80s and 90s exclusively. Yep. So yeah, no brainer. Thor meets Agent Cody Banks.
That's pretty good. I'm into that. It's good.
Yeah. What do you got?
So it's Hannah meets Mean Girls.
Okay. What's Hannah?
You never seen Hannah?
No, I don't think so.
Great movie. A Saoirse Ronan movie when she was a kid.
Who's that?
What? Lady Bird? Saoirse Ronan? Irish actor?
Didn't see it.
You don't know who Saoirse Ronan? Oh my god, she's great.
No, Lady Bird, like Lyndon Johnson's wife.
How do we do a movie podcast and no one in any?
I know people and stuff. Jesus. You don't know who Mike O'Malley is. Exactly. I know who I know. You know, artsy people.
So Hannah is basically about a young girl who she's trained as a killing machine.
Oh, okay. Classic. Yeah.
Classic.
Tale as old as time.
It's actually a great movie. It's got a great, I think, Chemical Brothers, Dust Brothers. How many brothers were there back in the 2000s that were bands?
Only Chemical Brothers.
Yeah. Was there Dust Brothers? No,
I don't think so. Yeah.
Okay. They did the soundtrack, but so Saoirse Ronan plays the young daughter to Eric Bana, who's her father. They live out in the middle.
Hulk.
The Hulk, as we all know.
The one true Hulk.
The one true Hulk. And they're living out in the woods, staying away from the agency that, is training and blah, 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 whatever. And then Kate Blanchett tries to take it back, blah, blah, blah. So you got, young girl who's just badass and it's a really good movie. You should watch it.
Okay.
So because we have, as we know in this movie, teenage girl who's badass agent, right? Trained from some hidden agency, right?
Exactly. Yeah.
Meets Mean Girls because that's my fish out of water story because it is, right?
If I ever fished,
and it's also a high school movie, and it's also referenced in this movie in a scene.
not just reference, displayed explicitly.
Yes. Yeah. No, yeah. It's actually, they actually say the name of the movie, Mean Girls.
She watches the movie, right?
Yes. So I was going for very, all
right.
of it.
No, I like it. That's good.
And then, yeah, that's it. That's what I got.
And Mean Girls, shout out. The Mean Girls weren't who you expect in this movie.
Yeah.
She was the mean girl all along.
Yes. Her and Sophie Turner.
Exactly.
Yeah. And
the cheerleaders were actually very nice.
The cheerleaders were very nice, actually. And they were kind of turned off the fact that, like, weren't we being very nice? And it's like, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Spoilers.
So there you go. It's pretty good. I like that. I think we did good.
Yeah, great job, dude.
Hey, no. You did a great job.
Thanks.
Fucking crushed it. All right, fast facts. I'm gonna go through these and you can do color commentary. How's that sound?
That sounds great. Rip through them. I didn't contribute, so
I think these are gonna be kind of fast, actually. So let's see if we can get through them. Right, here we go. So apparently this film was originally rated R.
Oh yeah, I did hear this.
Let's let this settle in. This film was originally rated R, but the filmmakers appealed without having to cut or edit any scenes.
Unbelievable. I bet MPAA saw Samuel L. Jackson, assumed he said motherfucker, and they didn't even watch it. And they were just
it was like a stamp. It was like, no, this is our
nope.
Sam
Jackson stamp. Yep. And then they're like, guys, watch it.
Please watch it.
Trust. He doesn't say anything that offensive.
Actually, he does the least offensive stuff in this entire movie.
I guess so.
We'll get into it. So there you go. Okay. So that's a fun
neat
one.
That's surprising to me.
The name, so the big villain, Jessica Alba, her name is Victoria Knox.
Yeah.
I don't know, this seems like a weird one, but the name Victoria Knox is a play on
Victorinox,
yeah, right? Victorinox, the famed makers of Swiss Army knives.
This is only a fast fact if somebody from the movie actually said that, because otherwise this is just stupid.
Why not? Well, I don't know. Why not?
Because Victoria Knox could be from anything. Like they're just like picking something it sounds like, unless it's somebody from the movie was like, oh yeah, I got inspired by Victoria Knox knives, and was like,
No. Fast fact doesn't have to come directly from something from the movie. It's a fact. It's a fact that you couldn't pick up from the movie. It's something from behind this. Come on, stop it. Jesus Christ! Do you even know how fast facts works anymore?
I'm going to start putting fake facts in the fast facts.
Do you think? This is written on the internet, man. You know it's not fake.
No, you're right. It's true.
All right, we're going to play a little 6 Degrees of Marvel for the next couple. Are these fast facts or not? I don't know. These are more just fun.
Oh, these are probably fast facts.
These are fun, right? So there's 6 Degrees of Marvel here. So
these are based on facts.
Yes. So 6 Degrees of Marvel. So Hailee Steinfeld, not to be confused with Hailee Steinfeld, in Dove Cameron, not potentially a cousin of Mike Cameron.
Mm-hmm. Kirk.
Mike was his name. Seaver was his character. A long episode. They've both voiced the character.
What?
Gwen Stacy / Spider-Gwen.
Really?
Yeah. Hailee Steinfeld did it for I know Hailee Steinfeld did it for the most recent
Spider-Verse? Oh, yeah. That was good. Into the Spider-Verse was so good.
That was awesome. I don't know when Dove Cameron did it. I mean, could have done some homework, but I didn't.
Who's Dove Cameron?
So this is actually
was that the mom in this movie?
No, that's Lizzie. That's the sister. So this is actually Dove Cameron's first theatrical movie she's ever done.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know.
The mom? She was kind of funny.
The mom was kind of funny. She hasn't done much. She's been around forever, but
she's gonna be in the Powerpuff Girls reboot.
Yep.
Oh, okay. I'm back in.
There it is. She was it was a TV short, Marvel Rising: Battle of the Bands. Never saw it. Don't know what it is. TV short, 2019. Boom.
Okay.
She was in the Angry Birds movie too. She was in a bunch of.
She was the character in Dumplin', right? Dumpling's actually really good. Did you see that?
No, I have no idea what that is.
No, you should watch that. It's good.
I think Reese
Witherspoon. Reese Witherspoon, I think maybe.
I don't know. She's also a musician.
Oh,
a lot of video shorts with her in it.
Yeah, learn something new every day.
Other 6 Degrees of Marvel connection here. Again, Dove Cameron and Samuel L. Jackson. Dove Cameron is Ruby Hale in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., which, and then obviously we all know Sam Jackson as Nick Fury. Last fast fact. So this is it's a weird one because it doesn't really have, I don't really have like an end to it. I don't know. I'm going to say it and then it's kind of, I learned something. I didn't know this. This is something I didn't know.
Explain it to me. What's happening?
So I'm just gonna read the fast fact. So this movie has an MPAA number of 00000.
What's an MPAA number?
I'm gonna get into it in the end credits, and even on like cable and streaming services. So I did some digging. I didn't know this. So if you watch the end of movies, I had no clue this is a thing. The MPAA will like stamp a movie at the end, and you have to actually submit your movie to be rated by the MPAA. And when they rate it, they will give it a number, a unique number. So every film that they've ever rated, which is like 50, 60,000 movies, doesn't sound like a lot of movies, but it's just the movies that they've rated now.
It's a lot.
Over time since 1934, though. But only movies that they rated, they will stamp it with a unique number. So every film has a unique number.
Fuck the MPAA, dude.
But it was really weird because it was really hard to like dig this up and like dig through this. It's like, because there's no records. They don't have a database for this. People have tried putting together like databases of all the numbers and like all the films, and like the MPAA probably doesn't even have like a correct database for this, which is kind of interesting. But then they started doing this back in 1968, and it's gone back to 1934. The number one. And again, I did as much digging as I could. Hopefully this is true. But the number one like certified MPA rated numbered film is Fox's The World Moves On in 1934.
Interesting.
But there's no single spot. You can't go to the MPA website and like look these up and shit like that. So it's really weird. And
I just have zero. Yeah, that's.
It's also weird because like why would I scrolled to the end of the credits of the movie, and I was like, there it is. It sits there in like the MPA, like at the stamp, and it says right on top just 0000. I was like, how does that work? It's like, what does that mean? So that's it. That's the last flashback.
Nice. Thanks, dude. Good job. I'm proud of you.
All right.
Should we start talking about the movie, I guess?
Yeah, I think this is it. I think we're gonna, here we go. Let's get into this. Let's get into this movie.
All right. So A24.
Yeah, it started out the same way as it did for you, as it did for me. So
good.
We get all of the production companies, and it felt like 5 minutes to go through all of them. So we get A24.
So long. Yeah.
A24, as we know, is solid, which I had to explain to Jared, is solid. A24 is legit. They make a lot of great indie films. And
they took up probably 30 seconds of some animation. I thought the movie was starting.
And then we cut to the good old DirecTV.
Which, what like a Universal ripoff, huh?
In like the worst way, in like the worst way possible.
Yeah, like they did a huge whole animation with less good music, but like, zooming out on the globe kind of thing, like exactly like Universal. Hate it, but love Universal. Hate DirecTV.
And then we get the rest of them. We get the Main Street Films. We get RKO Pictures, which we discussed. Was that the Eiffel Tower? Like, what was? No, it's an old radio tower. It's sitting on the top of the fucking planet. It looked like it was in France. No, they do another globe thing. Not at all. It's a globe, and it's like a radio tower sitting on the North Pole. Yeah. It's sitting on the North Pole. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I double checked because you said it, and I was like, no, it's not. Jesus, you're watching it right now? No. Okay. We double checked it. We get Rat Pack Entertainment. Not related to Frank Sinatra. 120 decibel films. Whatever that is. I didn't really go through it. It doesn't matter. But they took so long. And I was like, fucking finally done. Okay. And then we get the title card, Barely Lethal, written on a chalkboard. Yep. And then we get a whole, credits sequence animation thing with the chalkboard and. Yeah. And it kicks off. Yeah. It's kind of nice. There's like a baby that gets dropped by a stork in a lab, which it sets you all up is how babies are made. Yes. And it explains the whole explains everything, right?
Yeah, the baby's, playing with a bear and a bomb, really symbolizes bomb bears. The teddy bear's head catches on fire, which symbolizes Samuel Jackson being bald.
Yep, I think so. I'm not even sure what you're saying right now, but yep, okay, yep. Yeah, and it's a pretty long credit scene, but yeah, it builds up the whole.
Seems like they're going to get into hijinks based on what's happening here.
And there's also a very on the nose song playing, I think, during these entire credits, where the repeated chorus line is "Think you know me."
Well, it's written for the movie, I think.
Sure, doesn't mean doesn't mean it's not on the nose.
Oh well, of course, but like if you're gonna make a song about a movie,
don't you say that fact like it's like. Like it's not on the nose. Like, yeah, okay. Well, it was written for the movie. Well, yeah, but it's still on the nose.
Yeah, they're trying to be on the nose, It's a kid's movie, Russ.
Is it though? It's rated PG-13.
I know, and it's pretty
almost R, which I don't get.
Yeah, unbelievable.
So basically, we get the setup that through the opening credits that they use children to murder people.
Right, exactly. There's like, pictures of a little girl climbing over an alligator and fighting some robots and putting bombs on a fat guy's boat and tackling a Muslim guy on a plane. And,
it's like if kids aren't making sneakers, then they're killing people. Like, what do you know what I mean? Like, come on.
Yeah, it's 2015, which I don't know. It feels out of place still. Like I think that's the thing that got me the most out of this movie is like everything feels anachronistic. Like it feels like 2003. Right?
Yeah.
Like everything's so backwards. Like the script is like very.
That's what usually happens with bad movies, right? The shittiest movies that we watch are like movies that are somehow made just way too late. But they're still shitty. Right. I mean, they still have been shitty then, but it's just like, they might have fit in this time period, but I don't know. It doesn't make any sense. No, this is a shitty movie. No, it's a shitty movie. It doesn't matter. That doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense.
So then we get a flyover of knockoff Pentagon from the trailer, right?
Yeah. So, yep. Same thing in the trailer. We get and then we get the voiceover from the trailer kicks in. Yeah. And I was like, oh, man, come on. Same line. Never knew my parents. Only Prescott, which is apparently this government agency or just an
government
agency.
Sanctioned, thing that turns little girls. Yeah, they do. And they turn little girls into killing machines. Literally the quote. Yeah. Horrifying.
Pretty badass. I like it.
Pretty bleak. What?
Well, I don't know. Make kids do something.
Oh my God.
And then there's cuts of little girls using flamethrowers, driving Camaros really fast.
Well, it's like the sketchy garage from the trailer, which I appreciate this time. There's a woman in a lab coat that's making notes. It's not like a creepy dude like it was before in a lab coat, watching these little girls fight stuff. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird. They're stabbing dolls with pens. They're loading guns. And then Sam Jackson basically just being a hard ass.
Mm-hmm. Back of the line, Grandma. Which it is weird.
and then there's these two girls who are fighting in the dark MMA ring. And then they do a little camera pan, and all of a sudden it's grown up. Sophie Turner.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I mean, she is English, isn't she?
Yep.
And Hailee Steinfeld fighting as grown-ups.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We're not doing accents. We're not doing accents for this movie, right? Yeah, let's see how it goes.
No promise.
No promise. Let's see how it goes.
Apparently, some people like our accent work. Shout out to Craig.
Obviously. I mean, come on, dude.
Who has commented positively on our...
It's fucking spot on. That's why. Craig knows us. Craig gets it.
And so, before we even got to the boxing part, I think we just need to clear up this one key aspect here. One of the big principles of the school here is no attachments. Sam Jackson's making it very clear.
Yes.
No attachments is the way to go. Very Jedi.
Yep. That's how I live my life. No attachments. Yep.
Mm-hmm. Apparently, Agent 83 is the best at everything except no attachments, which I'm sure won't come back to bite us later.
No. No, I don't think so.
Anyway, yeah. So now that you're right, they're teenagers boxing instead of small children. Now they're big children,
Yeah, because they're still children.
Right. And Sam Jackson has not aged a day.
No, he never has. He never will, right?
I guess, but weird in the movie.
Yeah.
And then he's saying that they're not training to save lives. They're training to take someone else's, which like, there's a lot of like pretty fucked up things in this, right?
Well, I mean, yeah, but you know.
Mm-hmm.
So then what?
So this is when we find out that Sophie Turner is number 84, right?
Right.
And apparently 83 is the first to be activated and sent into the field, and 84 is real jealous.
Always a bridesmaid, never a, you know,
exactly
a best lady, you know.
Yeah, always a Sophie Turner, never a Maisie Williams. That's
right?
what they say.
That's it.
So then we cut to a subway. Apparently, this is like her first field mission.
Well, so this hold on. So this well, just a quick setup. So they cut to like her next field mission, but like her first field mission, but like this whole next section is kind of like a montage in a weird way.
You're right.
Right.
Yep.
Just so like we're gonna cut pretty quickly because there is 1, 2, 3, like there's 5 or 6 scenes that are all kind of like montagey, but like we kind of pause in each one for like a second. I'm calling it a montage.
Yeah.
I'm calling it a mission montage. So I just want to throw it out there. So
yeah, I'm on board.
So we cut to Moscow. We're in a subway. She's still doing a voiceover. And she's like pretty much still explaining Prescott and like how badass they are and what they do and like how no one expects children to be the ones who are going to be going and killing people.
It's really fucked up. She's like, yeah, it takes a certain mindset to do this kind of work. That's why they get to us so young. Plus, who'd suspect a child? And you're like,
right.
What?
Yeah, dude. You gotta watch Hannah. You gotta watch Hannah.
I get, but like, I didn't think this was that kind of movie. You know? Nah, I don't know. It seemed like a kid's movie kind of at first.
It's not. It's PG-13. It's for teenagers.
Right.
And then we cut to Berlin stakeout, and then this is where she has a moment. She's doing a stakeout. She's like watching her target, but then she does a little and pans over, right? And then she's like,
right,
still voiceover. I was like, man, I hope this voiceover is not going to go the whole time.
Right.
And she's like, there's a whole nother world she's missing. And she spots a party, people having a good time, red Solo cups. Because you know what?
Because they're children. Isn't having child soldiers like war crimes? I'm pretty sure that's like Geneva Convention war crimes, right?
All right, man.
And they're like,
come on, dude.
Oh, we're
gotta get
government sanctioned child soldiers.
Come on, man. We gotta get shit done. Make the kids work. All right. Stop with all your fucking
war crimes.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're right. What's morality?
What? And then we're in Shanghai, and then so she has this realization of like, there's more world out there, and then there's a montage of the montage. So she's in Shanghai in like
she talks about gathering intelligence. She's like, I'm gathering intelligence on like what this youth thing is. I wanted to know what normal kids do.
Like, come on. So her research is basically just getting a bunch of movies. Rom-coms, high school movies, right?
Yep. She got Mean Girls. She got 90210. She got other things that they probably couldn't get access to copyrights for.
Bring It On. Yeah.
Oh, was Bring It On in there?
Yeah, Bring It On was definitely. That was the last one. So.
Okay.
So now she knows what it's like to be normal.
Yeah. Now she knows.
Yeah.
Movie's over.
Yeah, that's it.
And then this like all of a sudden she discovers that she is a teenage girl after all, and so she spends all night watching TV and crying, like you do. And Sam Jackson is probably not psyched about it. He doesn't know yet.
He has no idea, but
he's about to.
Oh boy, will he find out? Right. Kind of. And then we're back at Prescott here, the main base, the Pentagon in the Alps.
At the boardroom.
In the boardroom. And we get Sam Jackson given some, reasonable exposition. It wasn't crazy, but yeah, whatever. We're talking about the bad guy, right? So we got
which
Victoria
slightly
Knox.
Different than the trailer. We got Victoria Knox, yes. American arms dealer. In the movie, we get American expat turned arms dealer.
Oh, they added a little,
which I don't think makes a difference. Like, why wouldn't you just leave it the one way?
It doesn't matter, yeah.
Right?
Whoever cut the trailer was like, we don't need that extra information.
Yeah. And Sam Jackson's like, if you want to kill terrorists, she's the one you call. Like, wait, I'm confused. Are you on her team? Like,
or what?
Yeah. And then you get like a very 2003 of like, don't let her good looks fool you. She's got an IQ of 140 and she'll use it to kill you. Like, oh, right. I forgot. Beautiful people can't be smart also. Thanks, Sam Jackson.
Thanks for letting us know.
The worst.
And then Agent 83, Hailee Steinfeld, is assigned to bring Knox in.
Alive, critically.
Alive. But he also, didn't he say we don't do rescue? Oh, yeah. I know.
He does say that many times.
Yeah, we don't do rescue missions. Well, I mean, I don't know.
More of a capture than a rescue.
Yeah.
And Sophie Turner is not having it. 84 is upset.
Sansa's pissed.
And Sam Jackson gives her a simmer down. You're B team.
Wow. That's brutal.
Amazing.
That's so brutal.
It's like very Game of Thrones.
Oh, yeah, right.
And so her response is, well, she's over there sniffing Kesha, the new fragrance from Kesha, which how much did Kesha pay to get that in the movie?
I don't know, but it's going to come back again later and it's going to be very important, which is so sad. So
yeah. And she's like, this should be my mission, blah, blah, blah. And Sam Jackson just goes, I said simmer. Like ruthless.
Yeah.
And that's when he snatches up 83's magazine and then, complaining about, 83 needs to get her head in the game because Victoria Knox is going to take it off, which what? She's going to decapitate this child? Oh no. Like we should all be worried about this, right?
No, man.
And he's like promising that if they all follow the rules, then people will get home safely. Like, why isn't Sam Jackson the one doing these tasks? Like what? Like it seems like he's in good shape. We know he was Nick Fury.
Yeah.
Like, why is he not action heroing this instead of sending little girls to do it instead? Why?
Because no one expects little kids. Everyone will expect Sam Jackson. Like you see Sam Jackson, you're like, that guy's gonna come and kill me.
Guess you're right.
And then we're in Chechnya.
Classic. Everything
always
happens in Chechnya. As they say in Chechnya.
So we cut to like a destroyed building or something. It's really weird. Like right? Isn't like
yeah.
I don't know. It looks like a construction zone, but like a destroyed building. I don't know. It's so weird.
It's just Chechnya.
It's Chechnya. Okay.
Yeah.
So we are in the streets of Chechnya.
Yeah, they're on like a rooftop, right? And then we get more voiceover explaining to us again what's happening, right? Where
right?
83 is saying that Knox was a legend, ruthless, blah, 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 and was like known for taking out Prescott's, which why? Like, how is that a thing you're known for in the criminal underworld? Like,
yeah,
you know what I love doing?
She's like murdering
little
children.
Girls.
Killing children.
It's so fucked.
Jesus.
And then shows them like on a roof, and there's like a bunch of people like on their knees wearing hoods.
Yeah,
it's
there's
terrifying.
There's like three in a row, and there's two dudes with like machine guns, blah, 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 right, hanging out there.
Yep.
And then Jessica Alba's being kind of badass and like doing her speech, whatever. I didn't really listen to it. I don't know if you listened to it or whatever, but
I listened to parts of it, and she's asking if they were taken care of well, and the henchman's like, "Yeah, 36 hours alone in the box." You're like, "That's kind of fucked up," but okay,
a little bit.
And then they go unveil each of the prisoners one by one. It's like these two dudes, and then third one, our hero 83, who immediately escapes, which apparently was easy to do.
The mask gets pulled off and it's like what? And then immediately it's the leg sweep, the sweeping leg.
Yep. The sweeping leg.
The sweeping leg move that takes down Jessica Alba.
Right. And then there's like this whole scene is like a little confusing. There's like a lot of like shifting around when they're fighting. I don't know.
This whole thing,
it's annoying.
It's annoying because it makes no sense. It's like as chaotic as the trailer. But yeah, so she sweeps the leg. Jessica Alba goes down. There's some fighting that happens. And then
Alba ends up on top.
Yeah, well, Agent 83. So she shoots one guy, right, in a leg or whatever. And he just falls down. And there's another guy who I think survives, but nothing happens to him.
Right.
And then she does the old... as I mentioned in the trailer, she does the old Fulton surface to air extraction move.
Right. Yep.
And she locks in Knox there, and they're all kind of tied in.
Yep.
And they get pulled up. They get pulled up because they get the plane coming overhead to extract them.
Yep.
It's a very chaotic, kind of weird, hard thing to just like kind of describe the action that's happening.
Yes,
because it makes it's just like wait, what?
Mm-hmm. But like,
and then they're in midair. They're hanging from the plane, kind of slowly getting pulled up.
And then for some reason, 83 like drops off the rope, which I don't understand.
Well, no. So Knox still has a gun in her hand. So so 83 like wrapped her up and like she gets pulled up. So they're hanging up there. So Knox is above her and Knox still has a gun in her hand. And she's like, and 83 is below her and she's like, got you, whatever. And she's like, oh, do you? And she drops the gun into her other hand. So Knox has the gun now in her free hand and she can shoot. So that's why.
So she's trying to escape from the gun.
83 is like, oh shit. And she just cuts loose and just falls probably 6,000 feet.
Less than that, I think.
Sure. 3,000 feet.
I don't know, man. They don't look that high up. Do you think that high?
I mean, they look high up.
I thought there was like 500 feet.
No way.
Really?
Yeah, higher than that.
Okay. Anyway, far enough that she should be doing damage to her body when she hits the water inevitably.
Yeah, right? I mean,
with no parachute, nothing to slow her down. Like,
yeah.
It's a nightmare.
It's a nightmare.
It's exactly what you don't want.
Yeah, she's gonna have water up her nose. So she drops. She falls in this river, which, by the way, it's a river. So even if you fall, let's just say she falls from like fucking 500 feet.
Yeah.
Broken legs when she hits the bottom.
Right. Like how deep is the river?
There's no fucking way the river is deep enough, unless it's like the Mississippi or I don't know.
It's actually a 300-foot deep river. We're assuming.
Yes.
It's the Amazon.
It's Chechnya, so I don't know. Maybe there is a river out there that's deep enough. So probably, she falls into a river in Chechnya. She's alive. Jessica Alba gets pulled up to the plane.
With no damage, by the way. Like she seems totally fine.
Yeah. Just a little waterlogged. Try to get some like water here, and that's about it.
Right.
And then so Jessica Alba's character gets pulled up to the plane. Sam Jackson and Sophie Turner are standing there, kind of like waiting for her.
Yep.
And Jessica Alba's just kind of like, oh, still playing 007-year-olds.
Yeah, it was kind of funny.
It was pretty good. I mean, it was like, okay, that's fine.
Still playing dress up with 007-year-olds. Yeah. What a gem. Don't love it.
And then they're all standing around and they're like, oh shit.
This is when I realized, like, oh, she must be one of them. Like, why aren't they more rattled about this, right? And this is when Sam Jackson's like, oh, I'm disappointed in your life choices.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 100%. Yeah.
Clearly, she was one of these little girls at some point.
Oh, 100%. And then, so Agent 83 there is down on the ground. She gets herself out of the river. Still doing voiceover at this point.
Yep. Hate it.
Who's she talking to?
No one, I don't think, right?
It's kind of weird because it never comes. It comes back at the very end of the movie.
I think there's a few more times during the movie where they also do voiceover. Yeah, I don't know. So frustrating. Sam Jackson's like, wait, come back. 83, are you there still? And she's like, no, this is my chance to escape.
This is all shit from the trailer, by the way. All of this whole section is from the trailer. And then there's like a terrible CG plane that flies away. And then she's like, I couldn't believe it. Mission High School was a go.
So then inexplicably, she's like on a laptop.
Somewhere. I have no idea where. It's probably still in Chechnya. Like Chechnya.
I don't know. How is she going to do anything or get anywhere? Or like, how did she get a laptop? Like,
dude,
does she have money? I don't know.
Super secret spy agent. Don't worry about it. Do you need to know?
But yes, because they make her so stupid like the rest of the movie.
They in terms really of do.
Like
everything
right?
else.
In terms of anything else, like how does she know how to do simple things like travel across countries?
Mm-hmm. But she can't dress herself for first day of high school.
Right. Exactly. Like it's so irritating.
It's an abuse of the fish out of water story.
Yes. Like, oh yeah, she can't do this. So clearly it's the only thing she can't do is go to high school. She's great at everything else.
Like she can't figure this out.
But yeah. And so then we get the aerial shot because she's booking this exchange trip. of small town Newton, USA. Could be anywhere.
So she's got the laptop, whatever, and then she's doing like a good old search from a Bravo search engine.
Oh yeah.
And then she finds, sorry, I'm stepping back a notch. So she finds student exchange programs, and then it's like the big green button, find a family now. And she's scrolling through the families. Did you catch this, by the way? The family photo?
I mean, yes, I saw the family photo.
Did you catch who was in the family photo?
No.
So she's scrolling through like all these families, right? She's on the exchange whatever. I guess is that how that works? Or like you can pick a family?
Yeah, no, but it's not. But
I don't think so. And there's like a family photo, and they do a close up of it, and it's like the family she's gonna go. Did you see who the father was with the mustache?
No.
It was Topher Grace.
Really?
Yeah, it was like so goofy. I paused and I was like, "Who the fuck is?"
Weird. Why? Is he in the credits? Like I don't.
Nope. He's just listed. He's just there as the dad with like he's got a goofy mustache and he's like it's so funny. It's so awkward. I was like, who is that father? And I was like, it's Topher Grace. That's awesome.
That's so weird. I don't care for it.
Someone knows someone. So then now we get aerial shot. This is again from the trailer.
Yep.
Newton, USA.
Could be Newton anywhere.
Still with the voiceover now. We're pretty far into this right now, and they're still doing a voiceover. So she's on a bus, and this is when she's like, "Last chance to back out." Like she's talking to herself, I guess. She hops off a bus. She's greeting the family, her exchange family. Mm-hmm. Don't you have to exchange someone? I think about that.
Not always. Yeah, no, you don't.
You can
exchange. You don't exchange one for one necessarily. It's like maybe there's someone else from the school that's going to the other school,
I'll trade you a kid. You can't just do trade kid.
No, you can just pass them around. I think everybody gets a kid. Yeah.
So she hops off the bus and then it switches to like weird soft lighting thing like this.
Oh yeah.
And then we meet the family, which again this is straight from the trailer.
Penny's the mom. Parker is the son, and Liz is the new sister.
Yes,
I'm calling her new sister.
New sister.
Mm-hmm.
And then same line from the trailer, don't hug me. She's like hugging everyone. She's like, don't hug me unless they see your papers. Like,
well,
and then we learn about how the mom is divorced because she goes and hugs some random dude in the background, and they're like, no, that's not
right. And she's like, wait a second, like I thought that was Mr. What's his face? No, it's just the three of us. I'm divorced. Like something about drugs and a pontoon boat that I was kind of into.
Like, yeah.
And then, which this seems like false advertising because on the website there was definitely a dad, and then this is when
it's a pretty quick divorce to happen.
yeah, I don't understand. I mean, I think maybe she just used this old picture. I think she was trying to trick people into showing up with the. It doesn't matter. And then I think it's Liz that asks, like, "Oh, like, what about your parents?" And she's like, "Mine are dead." She's like, "Well, I get the car."
All right, so they're home. Sweet house.
Like, is this the first time she's been in a house? First of all.
All right, so then she gets acquainted with her new room. Is what she could have wanted it to be.
She's like, what's this? A house? I've never been in one of these.
I like Jesus Christ. You're just so annoying.
It's really
and then they're in a dining room and dinner time. Again, this weird soft lighting thing's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Mom, daughter, son squabble. Son says something funny about knowing poop and he can't fight.
Well, the whole bit is kind of funny because they're like, I don't even know what they're talking about. Something about something being hard.
Nothing.
And then,
this is.
And then Parker, the little boy, says, "You know what else is hard? Ninja training, but I do it anyway." And then he's like claiming that that's how he injured his arm. But Liz is a rat and is like, "No, he fell off his bike like a dummy."
Yeah.
And then
Liz sucks at this point. She sucks.
Yeah, like the poor kid, because then immediately Liz goes, "Yeah, sure." And I guess Dad's gonna pontoon his way back anytime soon. Then, huh?
Jesus, brutal.
Big yikes. And then I like like Parker and the family. I feel like have kind of the best play of like almost being legitimate actors in the movie. Of like Parker looks at 83 and says, "Well, I'm a shadow warrior," and she goes, "That's cool. I'm a secret agent." And you're like, "Oh, that's kind of like a cute little exchange."
Yeah. It's fun. It kind of pays off later a little bit, but not really. Yeah, no, it does.
And then
it kind of does.
It does. Yeah. And
does.
She's talking about how like she really wants to ride the bus. That's her big dream. She wants to do regular student stuff. Apparently they don't have buses in Regina.
Saskatchewan.
And yeah, this is when we learn about Peter Donato's poop on the bus, because Parker knows a poop when he sees one. And and then the mom has some ruthless lines too, because then Liz gets upset about the bus and leaves dinner, and then somehow they start talking about mono and how apparently 83's never heard of mono.
You're paying so much more attention to this to me than I was.
I paid so much attention.
I have no idea what the fuck conversation's happening right now. Like,
this is why you're single. Anyway, I'm not diagnosing you on this.
Yeah. Okay, that sounds all right.
So she's talking about mono. She's like, and they're apparently 83's never heard of this disease, and they're having to explain it to her. Like, oh, it's the kids get it from kissing. It's like mouth AIDS.
Was this really the entire
yes.
Yeah.
You can't say that, first of all. Second of all, like Parker is like, oh, you just ruined my appetite. Like what? I don't understand what's happening. And then they just all go to bed because apparently it's like 8 o'clock or whatever. And,
the daughter, she like throws her plate, she leaves, and then then they all skip out.
Right. And then apparently we discover 83 made this like psycho plan with like all of the 80s, 90s sitcom knowledge that she gathered about like exactly what she needs to accomplish in high school. And then she's looking at it. It's hanging up in the back of her little door there or whatever.
It's a whole profile she's built up on the whole town and the family and everything else. So, and then we get to school.
She gets off the bus. she's dressed like the movie she rented.
Yes, because she looked up and she's like, "Oh, the research I did. This is what I should wear." And it's ridiculous.
It's like 80s, 90s. No, you really don't want it. Pajama pants, kind of. I don't know.
And like weird high shoe. It's like, come on, you didn't.
Yeah, and then she's like walking down the hallway, and some kid like runs up to her, slaps her butt, and screams, "Fresh meat!" and then makes like gagging faces at her. And you're like,
I was like, what?
What? It seems wildly inappropriate, first of all.
I mean, it is. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe high school kids do it to each other now. I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah, dear listeners, if you were in high school in 2015, send us an email about hopefully don't send us an email about how you were assaulted, but
I don't want that. No, I don't want that. Don't send us any emails at all about this.
I don't know. Or do. Maybe we should do that. We should be crusaders of.
Oh boy.
I don't know. I don't want to. I hate all this. I hate I kind of want kids, but like they're the worst. They really are.
This is terrible. This whole movie is like, this seals the deal. Don't have them. They're either a bunch of assholes or idiots.
Then we get to inside the school. We were slapping butts earlier, doing crimes. Inside.
Slapping ass,
Yeah. We're at the Hurt Lockers on the inside. And this is when Liz gets a couple of more gem lines. Like these lines were actually funny. Right?
I agree. I think she had some good lines.
The writing for Liz and her mom was pretty good.
Yes.
And Roger's dad. There are 3 characters that have good lines.
Yes. They're all secondary.
Such as the opener line, are you on bath salts? It's like you have social herpes and you spit it back in my mouth. Followed by, you look like you had a one-night stand with Mr. Potato Head.
It's a pretty great line. Right?
Hysterical. Yeah. And then they go to the assembly together. Basically, she just like insults her appearance and is like, did you get dressed in the dark? Let's go to assembly.
She just throws in a law. It's like, I don't want to hang out with you, you weird Canuck.
Right. Well, geez, Russ, we have at least a couple of Canadian. I'm so sorry.
I'm just saying.
We love Tim Bites.
Parts of Canada are very nice, but this is literally what she's Canadian. So
I know. Yeah.
I'm just saying what. It's the movie. It's not me.
And
then we cut to the assembly, which is just like, I don't know. This is the dumbest assembly ever, and none of it makes any sense. But go ahead. What do you got?
At a small school, give me a small school perspective. You don't do like this seems like it's like a daily assembly. Is that a thing that happens at places? A daily assembly?
I do remember, I think our middle school did like, and definitely the Catholic school I went to would do a weekly thing. No, I don't remember there being like, definitely not daily assemblies. I mean, there was like a holding, it was like there's like a holding room for cattle. Like everyone would show up and like you just go into the gym and like then the bell would ring and you'd like kind of go to your own class and stuff. Yeah, definitely.
Oh, weird.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I didn't. Yeah, we had like assemblies for things. Like, oh, there's an assembly about.
Yes.
Like a topic or like like it's not like it's just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do some general announcements. Also introduce foreign exchange students. Also do a rehearsal for Battle of the Bands or like have a musical guest. I think
I don't know. They weren't this felt like it was like pretty daily or pretty frequent. I don't know. I don't remember it being that frequent. Okay.
I'm glad it's not just me then. So the principal, whoever that guy was, also has a bunch of great lines. Like, great news, our campus is now a nut-free zone. Never see another student with nuts in their mouth around here. And this is when we get some interjections from Gooch, which I love that the bully's name is Gooch. Or whatever, the miscreant kid.
So Gooch is the douche who slaps fresh meat,
right?
In the
exactly.
Beginning. So
yeah, and so he's like, no promises, ha 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 ha. And then I love when he's like, it's gonna be a long year. It made me feel like this is gonna be a long episode.
His next line is pretty good though. I didn't write this one down. You definitely say this one though.
The we need more diversity line.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty ruthless. It's like, yeah, we need more diversity around here. We only have like 2 Cambodians and 1 Mexican. And you're like, what?
So Hailee's character, she's like coming up to the stage, which by the way, this would be absolutely terrifying and makes no sense. Why would you be like,
the worst way to do this?
We're going to introduce the new foreign exchange student by herself on a stage at assembly in front of the entire school.
Yeah, humiliating.
This makes no sense. So this is where she meets AV guy Roger, who is the real crush, who will end up being the real crush at the end of the movie.
Yeah. Ugh.
The principal's then like, hey, and here's our new foreign exchange student. Mm-hmm. She's from Canada. And he's like, wait, Canada? Really? Come on.
Yeah, brutal. Like, not even a good exchange student. And then she introduces herself, right?
Yeah.
I'm Megan. I'm from Regina, Saskatchewan.
Why would you pick? Why you set this up? You set up your profile. Why would you pick this?
Yeah, I don't. Unclear. I guess she didn't think that Regina sounds like vagina, but that seems dumb. Like, poor thinking.
Yes.
Like, presumably, even though she's been, indoctrinated into this weird military cult, like, I'm assuming they had a biology class at some point, right?
Yeah, don't they kind of explain that later? Well, in a weird way, but yeah, don't they?
Do they?
No. And also, why is she in pajamas? Like, she was.
I don't know. I think it's like a 90s thing. I think she was doing
It's still the same school day.
You were a teenager in the 90s. Didn't you wear pajama pants to school?
Yeah, but I didn't start out wearing one set of clothing and then change into pajamas halfway through the day.
True, that's a good point. Maybe she thought that was a better look than what she was wearing.
Did she? We don't need to get into it. All right. So, yeah.
You're right in asking about pajama pants, because then she gets heckled. Not only for Regina, she gets, why are you in pajama pants? Canada sucks a dick. Why are you here? Go home. And my least favorite, take back Bieber. The chant that sustains them all, take back Bieber, which dedicated listeners will know. We're a very pro Justin Bieber podcast.
This movie just took a turn for pure hate from us because the Biebs is everything.
What a nightmare. What a gift. What a gift from Canada. Thank you.
Jesus Christ, right? It's
Tim Bites, Justin Bieber.
Alan Thicke, Justin Bieber.
Alan Thicke, you're right. Thank you.
Justin Bieber, hockey.
Seth Rogen.
Sure. And
Toronto Hard Rock Cafe.
Yeah.
Good memories there.
Great memories. So fuck this school. Fuck this all these people. They're terrible people.
But then we get our new hero.
We do get do we say the whole "go wax your vagina"? That was pretty funny.
No, I missed that one.
It's kind of funny.
Good,
yeah, someone
good
yelled,
one,
"Go wax your vagina."
Ah.
That's okay.
Yeah.
But we should call out real quick here though. So when all the kids are turning on her and like making fun of her or whatever, Lizzie does feel bad. And there's a quick shot, and it's important. Lizzie does feel bad. Right. It's Lizzie. Mom says in the beginning. Liz feels bad, and she stands up for her kind of a little bit. She's like, "Hey, don't clap at that. Don't cheer on like her getting
right." Then our new hero, Cash. We don't know his name's Cash yet, but he's the worst.
We'll call him our guitar hero.
Like he writes a song on the spot about her, which is
fucking come on, man,
incredible.
I mean, Jesus Christ, are you kidding?
It's a great song. Has such lines as like, she's from Canada. I'm just a simple manada, and others like that.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
and his band is named Emoticon, spelled EMOTACON, which what a way to spell it. What a way.
But they're what, the top 24 downloaded band on iTunes or something like that? Is that what it was?
That's what they said, which seems unlikely.
So then emoticons just jump into playing, and it's like,
what's happening?
Yeah, roll out emoticons, and then they just start playing, and it's like a band playing like a real song, and they're like, but it's terrible, and he's clearly lip syncing. And so
then we cut to lunch,
and then this is when we get our cheerleaders.
They're so nice.
Yeah, they're super nice.
They're like welcoming her to the school. They're like, "How can we help? Like, come sit with us. Like, how can we help you get adjusted? Aren't you from Canada? That's so cool." And then, like the worst person, 83, is like, "Oh, everything I've ever seen about cheerleaders is that they're mean. And
you're going to try to get me into your group and then into your clique and then turn on me, blah, blah, blah."
Yeah. You're trying to trap me right now." And they're like, "What?"
And she's like, "No, I'm not sitting with you." And she walks away, and they're like, and the main girl's like, "Oh, I thought we were being really nice."
Yeah. Brutal.
It's kind of funny.
I hate it.
So then we're in science class, and so
knock off Jack Black.
Yeah, who is Dan Fogler?
Yeah, who he works with Seth Rogen, right? All the time.
I don't think all the time, but he was in Fanboys, who this director directed whatever, and he was in Balls of Fury. I was like, who is this guy? He looks so familiar. I was like, oh yeah, he's in that really stupid movie called Balls of Fury.
Nice.
Which was a ping pong movie. It was kind of funny, but really, really stupid.
Yeah, I don't think I saw it.
Yeah, no, you don't need to. So she sits with AV Geek. That's what she calls him. Rod. We know his name is Roger now, right?
Right. Raj.
And then we get like a little moment where he shares a dad joke there, where he's like, they're in science class and they're dissecting frogs, and he's like, "Oh, hope he didn't commit suicide."
Yeah.
That's definitely a joke, I would say.
And then she followed it up with, "I heard this class could be riveting."
So you...
And then he said, "Oh, well, you must have taken a leap of faith," or it's the worst.
It keeps going for a little too long than it should, but it's good. And it kind of sets you up for like, oh, they're going to...
What a nice meet cute, right? And then the teacher's like talking about how they're going to get these assignments tomorrow, whatever. And of course
he's assigning seats, right?
Yep, exactly. He's like, "Oh yeah, you get to sit next to your buddies today, but haha, screw you tomorrow."
and then it takes a turn for the weird, right?
When Cash starts singing, or what are you going to say?
I was going to say when the class is like, excuse whatever, and teacher's like talks to Cash, and he's just like,
well, yeah, Cash starts singing his way out of the classroom. He's like,
"Oh, that's right. Yeah, oh yeah, okay, yeah." Oh, right.
And then
that's right.
And
the
teacher's like,
"That's right.
Hey, I play slide trombone. You want to jam?"
And he's like doing the whole thing, and he's like, "Yeah, maybe after school or something." I was like, "This, okay," and I was like, "All right, whatever." And Cash is like, "Yeah, sure, man." And then as he's walking away, the teacher, he slaps him in the ass, doesn't he?
While he says, "I like your spunk," Then he slaps him. Yeah, awful.
That can't be good, right?
Assault. It's assault. And then we get like a quick cut to later that night when we see 83 hacking into the school computer to change her assigned seat to be next to Cash. And then that's like, oh, so she can do all this stuff, but she can't dress herself appropriately. Got it. No, that makes perfect sense.
And then here we go. So the next day, right?
Oh yeah, what's this guy's name? I love this guy.
Rob Hubel?
Hubel. Yeah. I love Rob Hubel. He's so funny.
And he plays Roger, the AV Geek's dad.
Yeah. He's on Comedy Bang Bang a lot, which is great. He's good at improv and whatnot. He's got some great lines like, gems. I want to know your 20 every 20 and no 420. I'm serious. What am I talking about? And the kid's like, are you talking about weed? How'd you know that? What are you, Harold and Kumar? I don't know why it made me laugh so much.
No, definitely, because it's his delivery. It's so fucking stupid.
No, I'm a teenager. I go to high school. And then he goes through and he's like, you smoke weed, and then guess what? It's a gateway. Like, guess what? Math equals death. And then my favorite part is when the kid's about to leave the car and he goes, also, hash is really bad. It's intense. It's like weed, but more compact and intense.
I had a major freak out.
You could have a major freak out. I had a major freak out.
That's what we needed. It is
totally this movie has like 3 good scenes, I think, in it, right?
Yeah, it's actually Liz, not Lizzie. She's got some great lines. And then
thank you.
AV Dad's
Rob Hubel.
And then we're back in school class.
83 is playing it cool. Like, oh, funny meeting you here at this seat that we sat next to together that we got assigned randomly. Weird.
And then we get 2 girls come up to her and be like, yeah, you're in the wrong seat.
Which the ball's on these girls. I like it.
Yeah, it's a power move, right? They're like, you're in the wrong seat. And they're both like, the 2 of them is like, but only one of you can sit here, but you're both backing up the fact that like only...
well, one of them is clearly the lackey.
Yeah, definitely. So there's a little back and forth.
Ethan Suplee, if you will.
So they're going back and forth, and then all of a sudden, like the science teacher guy who's creepy, he's just like, hey, you know what? As we always do, right? He's like,
someone's always gonna be my special teacher's pad partner.
And I choose Cash. This is
a recipe for trouble.
Yeah, this is not going well at all right now.
You 2 females can be partners, which is also a weird thing to say. Like this guy's a dirtbag in general and in the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, he's got like the perfect dirtbag look.
I think they're leaning into it. Maybe, I don't know.
I hope so.
I think they're leaning. Oh, they definitely are. It's a comedy.
Is it?
I mean, it's not funny, but
okay.
I guess if you label something a comedy, you can't just get away with everything, right?
Right? That's my vote.
Yeah, I kind of agree. Okay.
Like that, like we said earlier. Do we say that in Trailer Trash, or was it the beginning of this episode? Of like
so long ago.
Like you can make a potentially off-putting joke, but it has to be really funny. Like, don't do these lazy bits.
And then we
get back to the lockers, and she's confronted by these 2 bully girls again.
This is straight from the trailer.
Oh,
straight from the trailer.
Yeah. You like that guy, Cash? Oh yeah, no, he's cool. But you know what he really loves? School spirit. Oh look, it just happens to be there's mascot auditions right now. Like he loves the mascot, and immediately 83 is awkward as always, and is like, in all my research, mascots are like loners and socially awkward. So she's going to go to the audition, right? Then she gets to the audition, and she's obviously going to be awesome at it. She's got crazy physical skills, right?
Sorry, quick step back. At the end of that interaction with these 2 girls, the vegan and the other girl, we get the first totem pole comment.
Oh, right.
What the fuck does that mean? Is that another thing? Was that a kid thing?
I think know. So. No, and I think because
they say it, and then Cash says it. It's like, is it a cool thing? Like, oh yeah, totem pole.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, Jared, totem pole. All right. So sorry. So then we're moving on. So she goes to the audition in the gymnasium, obviously by herself, because who's auditioning for the mascot? No one.
Yeah, no one.
Obviously.
Mm-hmm. Like gym teacher is not even going to watch this.
Not
like,
even
she's
paying attention.
Watching TV on her iPad or whatever.
So she's doing a tryout, and this is when you get to see her do all her flips, and she's doing all fucking badass shit and blah blah blah. And the gym teacher obviously not paying attention, was just like, "Yep, you got the role because who auditions for a mascot, right?"
Yeah, so depressing.
And then
she's doing like, so we cut back to the house. She's doing like bro style crunches. She's like 98, 99, 100. Ah, yeah. Nice.
Done.
Way to write that in.
Yeah. And then she pops up, she looks out the window, and there's a mysterious white van that pulls up and then just speeds away.
Exactly. Love
it's not that mysterious. It's the same van from the trailer.
Right. We've seen this van before.
It's the Iconoclast Ford 1900. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. I know vans. So then we're back at school. And I think we're in English class, right? Lit class. Well, yeah, English class, right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Whatever. Same thing. So she's off daydreaming about, I think, cash.
Right.
And then the classic, when like a teacher would like catch you like not paying attention and like,
no, but it's my guy Robert Frost though, which I'm on board with.
I knew you were gonna be all over this.
Hometown hero.
Yeah.
Teacher at my high school when he was alive.
Absolutely. Oh, that's nice.
Poet with the most, the road less traveled. Everyone knows that one. And he's asking for like her philosophical take on this poem. And she's like, well, I would plan ahead which road that person was going to take and set a trap. Like I'd probably do some kind of like trip line that would lead to some kind of landmine and be like, and he's like, what? Justifiably.
Yeah.
And you get a nice, from the gooch in the back, of course, sweet answer, weirdo.
Yeah. And the girl behind her also chimes in. I was like, who the fuck are you?
I love heckling people's answer. Like, why didn't I do more of that in high school?
Oh man. I kind of wish it. Yeah, that's a pretty solid bully move, right?
Nice answer, nerd.
Yeah. And then the gooch gets, he's like, whatever she said, minus the whole serial killer thing.
Classic gooch.
And then we're on the football field, right?
Yeah. Is this a practice or a game? I couldn't really tell.
No, it's a practice. It's a band cheerleader practice.
That's what I thought. Which, is that a thing that happens?
Because
I was in marching band and we did not practice with the cheerleaders.
Were you guys good?
Yeah, we were amazing. I mean, we had like 200 kids in the band, so you could do all kinds of cool stuff on the field.
Christ. I remember my music teacher was like begging me to join the band. Actually, I was the only bass player in the entire school.
No, we had bass players out the ass.
And their only other musician was like a guitar player who was actually very good, but he's a guitarist and he's like, I'll play bass. And he played bass for the band. And he was trying to get me, and it didn't make any sense.
Oh, wow. No, we had 2 Barry saxes in marching band.
Jesus Christ.
Several sousaphones. Yeah, we're big band.
Big band.
Many clarinets.
You'd be many band. Anyways, so there's band cheerleader practice. And she apparently knows all the whatever. I guess you can go through training, so she knows how to mascot around. And then we get
so one thing that I think this is a good point to call it out. Time is weird in this movie, because it seems like the whole movie could take place over like 4 days.
Oh yeah. It could take place in a week. In a week, I'd say 1 week.
But like in the movie universe, it seems like it's months.
Yeah.
And so like maybe she's been practicing for a month at this point. I don't know. Like like this movie, the time means nothing. It's like a whole school year goes by, basically, it seems like, right?
Well, they get to homecoming. Like I don't know when homecoming usually is, but like, I mean,
my high school is the beginning of the year.
There goes that theory.
Yep.
I don't remember when mine was. Oh yeah, well yeah, homecoming. That's right, because like everyone, they get the football team and blah blah. I don't know.
Anyway, it's way longer than you think. So maybe she did have time to learn all the moves. She's very good at all the moves, right? Yeah, she's an expert at this. Unlike dressing herself again,
which makes no sense.
And this is when the return of the white van.
So we get the white van pulls up again, straight from the trailer, and a bunch of dudes run out, all ski masked up, and they're sneaking up on the mascot, which is Agent 83. And then they try to take her, and she just kicks the shit out of them.
Yeah, it's awesome. And she beats up this last kid, throws her axe at him, takes off his mask, and it's like, "Who are you? Who are you working for?" "I'm Leonard Steinman. I'm from Lincoln." And he's like, first of all, Lincoln sucks.
Yep.
We all know Lincoln sucks. And then I love the chime in from the crowd. "Sweet moves, Canada."
Now you like Canada all of a sudden, huh? Yeah. And then so everyone's filming this though, and she's kind of embarrassed because everyone's just kind of like in her face and like, "Oh, you freaked out, whatever." But so she runs away. And then AV bro Roger catches up to her. He's got her mascot head.
Yep.
And he's like, "Hey, you really lost your head out there."
And then he just like walks away basically.
Yep. Pretty much.
See you later.
And then we get
my dad's car.
And then we get more Rob Hubel, right?
Thankfully, yeah. "Oh yeah, who's that hottie over there?"
Yeah.
She's like, "Oh, that's my friend, whatever." "Oh, what do you call them hotties? Like a hottie biscotti, like a babe, or like a bitch?"
No, that's no, Dad, that's rude.
"Hey, your old man's here to talk. You want to talk about sex, intercourse?"
It's so good. It's so awkward, so dry. I love it.
Yeah. A good scene.
And then we're back at the home in the bedroom. And she's freaking out, and she's having this whole thing about, "Oh, high school. Oh, man, it's crazy. I can kill people across the world, but I can't handle high school."
This is when we get the line, dude. So this is when she's like, "All this intel's wrong," and she's like tearing up her plan with all her 80s and 90s movies. And, at this point, we're 34 minutes into the movie.
Jesus Christ, are we?
Yep. About a third. This is when we get the gem of simulated drowning. That stuff I can deal with. This is so much worse, talking about high school, which is like a truly unbelievable thing to say. You're like, "Oh yeah, waterboarding is a dream." High school's so hard. And the mom's like, "Yeah, you're probably right." Like the mom comes in and like starts giving a speech about how high school just like isn't good for some people. Sometimes it sucks. And apparently, like I have a bald spot. It's like the mom's like, "Yeah, like sometimes you just have to cover up a bald spot, and somebody makes fun of you, and you're in high school." And
the mom is, I think, the mom is an MVP character in this movie. I thought she was great.
Definitely, yeah.
I thought
absolutely.
She was funny when she needed to be, and she was like awesome when she, what I mean? I thought she was great. And then she was like also like mom when she needed to be too. It was like, wasn't she just
punching above her weight for sure. And then she ruins it with a, "Okay, parental advice terminated." Why would you do a weird robot voice?
Yeah, that's not necessary. That's just ruining everything.
And then 83 looks for her bald spot while they're hugging, which ruthless.
I mean, why not?
Yeah.
And we cut back to the Prescott HQ, the Pentagon there in the Alps. And we have Sam Jackson interrogating Jessica Alba's character.
Yeah. She's like, "Where's your supplier, your weapons supplier?" And she's like, "Why would I tell you?"
So why what? You're just gonna ask me? That's it. We get a little bit of commentary on Knox's past, but I mean, like, come on, we all know,
right?
She was in the program,
and he's like, anybody would blah blah blah. She's like, "Well, I'm not just anybody, right, Dumbledore?" Which is also a weird line.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that one.
Okay, like a headmaster. Okay, sure.
Yeah, but still, it was like
cool. And that's when 84 pops in, Sophie Turner, and like tries to interrupt the meeting. And Samuel L. Jackson's like, "Shut up."
Yeah.
And then 84 seems pretty sympathetic to Jessica Alba's character here.
And then we get some more awkward adult kid action here where Jessica Alba's looking at
gross.
What?
But you're right.
She literally looks at her and just gives her a little. She says to Sam Jackson, "Oh, she's cute," and then gives her a wink on the.
You're right.
On her way out.
It is gross. You're right. Yeah, this movie's terrible.
That's a weird thing to do.
And then that's the scene. Like that's the problem with this movie. Everything is just as choppy as it was in the trailer. Yeah. There's no rhyme or reason to anything.
No, it's just punching you in the throat and moving on.
Perfect segue.
Right? So with that throat punch, thanks for listening. We'll be back on Thursday with part 2. But in the meantime, you should follow us on Instagram, where it's This Meets That. And on Twitter, we're ITMTpod.
And if you're feeling old-fashioned, you can just send us an email, because we've got one of those also, believe it or not. It's thismeetsthat@gmail.com. And if you're a relatively new listener, go on back, listen to the back catalog. You can find all the episodes. It's thismeetsthat.com. Don't start at the beginning. Start like halfway through.
Yeah.
Maybe like 10 in.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'll be in a good spot.
Yeah.
We love you. We love all of you.